Create trust in what you're selling. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today I wanted to bring up this book again. I've brought this up, I think, in the past. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettger. One of my all-time favorites. Came out in 1947. Still, it's very readable. I mean, there's certain words that you'd probably see used in a different way, or you'd replace one word with another, but in general, it's still the truths in this, or principles. It has nothing to do with whether you're a salesperson. Okay, this guy was a salesperson. He sold, I believe, life insurance, if I remember correctly, and he was one of the top ones, and he figured out some of the main principles, truths behind communication. Not selling, communication. If you know how to communicate, you can be a good salesperson. If you're a good salesperson, it means you know how to communicate. And I mean top salespeople. I mean people that really get it and have people that come back to them over and over again. Anybody can talk somebody into doing something. You know, I don't consider that really good sales. I'm talking about having ongoing communication, ongoing relationship with somebody. If you're wanting to convince people or to bring people over to your way of thinking on anything, whether you're talking about trying to sell a widget or whether you're trying to convince people to feed the hungry, it's the same thing. The same principle's true. You want to go out and get this book. I wanted to bring up a quick point that I found in chapter 14. Chapter 14 is titled The Biggest Lesson I Ever Learned About Creating Confidence. And what he's talking about is creating confidence in a product or the thing that you're selling, and really creating confidence in you, creating confidence in them for you as a person. So the same thing can be done, and nowadays we might more refer to it in when we're talking about sales and marketing as trust. How do you get trust from people to be able to move forward? And it's very much a very human thing that you're going after. And he talks about carrying around this little note with him, this little quote from George Matthew Adams. I'm going to read it to you. You could always go and check it out in this book. You could probably get this book pretty inexpensively now. It may even be in the public domain. Here's the quote. "The wisest and best salesman is always the one who bluntly tells the truth about his article. He looks his prospective customer in the eye and tells his story. That is always impressive. And if he does not sell the first time, he leaves a trail of trust behind. A customer, as a rule, cannot be fooled a second time by some shady or clever talk that does not square with the truth. Not the best talker wins the sale, but the most honest talker. There's something in the look of the eye, the arrangement of the words, and the spirit of the salesman that immediately compels trust or distrust. Being bluntly honest is always safe and best." Brutal honesty is one of those things that you can tie into your marketing and sales. You want to find what is the one thing. If you've been selling something for a while, let's say you're selling an item online, you're probably going to have, if you've been selling enough of them, you're going to have negative reviews or negative comeback or something coming back from people who purchase it that don't want it anymore or were not happy with it. You're going to have some idea of what those things are. The best thing you could possibly do is say those things right off the bat. I mean, just put it right out there. But you can always tie it back to being a positive, but you got to put the negative out there to begin with. You can't leave something like that without saying it. But by saying it, you are going to grab all those people that aren't concerned about that negative. That they're not looking for something that is, I mean, let's say it has something about it that makes it very temporary. You know, it falls apart over time. Well, if they're only looking for a temporary solution, then you shouldn't be selling it to the person looking for a permanent solution. You should be selling the temporary people. So you say, hey, if you're looking for something that's long term, this is not the thing for you. After a few months, it may not be as good a shape as it was when you first got it. This is a very much a quick, simple solution and at a very good price. You see, you just bring it right out to the front. say who it's not right for, say who it is right for, and go straight to the meat of what could possibly be seen as a negative. By you putting that out there, it shows your honesty and it builds trust automatically. This book is full of gold like that. And if you've experienced it, when you actually start doing it, it sounds good, like a nice little Bible verse at first. But until you go out and practice these things, you're not going to realize how powerful it is. A lot of these things, I read this book years ago, went out, hit my head against the wall over and over again in terms of marketing and so forth. And I started coming across these things on my own or coming across them from other people. And then I go back and look at this book. He was saying it the whole time. So much of it sounds nice at first, but until you put it into practice, you don't really get how magical it is. Try it out and go get yourself a copy of this book and check it out. It's fabulous. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Another great book out there right now. It's my own book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can get it at AmazonProofBook.com. You get your own free copy there. So go to AmazonProofBook.com and grab that one too. It's even thinner than this one. It's a great read, especially if you're looking to overcome competition in your neck of the woods, wherever that is. So have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow. Get out there and just let the magic happen.